Hey everybody, today I'm just going to show you how we construct our cedar bat houses, show you what tools we use and kind of the process we go through to construct every single one of our houses. So I'm going to start with what tools we use. First, you're going to need a saw of some sort, just anything that'll cut wood straight will do. We also have a router. You need a drill. You gotta make sure you have your hearing protection and eye protection. It's useful to have some clamps. We've got a big one here, and then we've also got a few smaller ones. Some silicone. Gonna need some black spray paint, a square, tape measure, and a pencil. Other than that, and some red cedar wood, that's about all you need to get started. So most of our pieces for this large bat house are cut right around 19¼ inches, and on some tape measures there's actually a little diamond right there, so that's the mark we're going to measure from. The reason it's at 19¼ is just to get the most out of each board. Now that we've got our big pieces cut at 19¼ we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with our 8-inch wide piece. Alright, now that we got our front and back panels cut to size, we're going to cut the chamber spacer piece. This piece gets cut to 22 inches. The reason for that is just the width of the two 12-inch panels. That's how tall they'll be when they're put together. So we're going to cut two chamber spacers at 22 inches. Alright, now that we got all of our pieces cut, we're going to go ahead and kind of dry fit this, make sure that we have everything. We're going to need two of these for the back panel, like that. We've got our spacers, which will screw in right here. The front panel, which is a little bit shorter, and that's just so the bats can have an area to land, and also the roof. So looks like we have all of our pieces, and now we can get on to actually assembling this thing. First, we're going to have to use the router to cut some grooves on the inside of these boards, just so the bats have something to climb up on. We like to use a router. I just think it looks nice, but you can use screen or anything else tacky that the bats would be able to grip and climb up into the bat house. So we've got all of our panels laid out here, and the easiest way that I've found to do this is just to go along either with a ruler or tape measure or a square and just measure every inch along all these boards, and then cross a line down through them, and that'll be the line that you cut on with the router. Don't get too worried about these lines. They don't have to be straight. The bats don't really care either way. Alright, so now that we have all of our cut lines marked out here on the board, we're gonna take the router and we're gonna cut grooves into the board so that the bats can use it kind of like a little ladder to get up into the house. We just got a little maybe 1/4 inch bit on here, and it's not going more than a 1/4 inch into the wood. You don't want to cut too deep and hurt the structure of the wood. You just want to get deep enough that there's a good groove for them to get a hold of. We've got all of our planks routed and grooved here. You can see it's full of a bunch of sawdust. You're going to want to get that out before you put this thing together. Now we're on our last phase of the bat house construction here, and that's basically just assembly. So what we're going to be doing is taking our back top plank, which is whatever one you want it to be, and we're going to take our spacers, but we're going to line them up so they're flush with the top. We're going to use our drill and a drill bit to drill 4 pilot holes into both of these pieces. And the reason you're going to want to drill pilot holes is that you don't want to split the wood. So if you were to just drill a screw right into the wood, it would split and just fall apart on you. So you want to drill a pilot hole first. You can put quite a bit of silicone on there. It'll be pretty easy to take off after it dries, so just put it on pretty heavy to begin with. So there's one plank on. You can see the silicone's oozing out the side. That's a good thing. It means you got a nice tight seal there, and that's going to keep a lot of the moisture and wind out to protect those bats. So now we'll put the other side on and continue on with the planks. Here we are after we got both sides on. So next we're going to just grab the next plank and put it flush with the last one we just did and just screw it right on. Alright, there we have it. Here's the almost finished bat house. You can see we've got good landing space here with the vent, nice big chamber that'll hold about 50 bats, and the oversized roof, which will allow for another chamber in the future if someone wants to add one. All that's left for this house is to install a bracket on the back so you can hang it on a tree, and we got to spray paint it black. But for today, that's about all we're going to show you. And now you know what to do if you want to go and build your own.